Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am a comic hero. This month is Endometriosis Awareness Month. Now, this is a disorder within women. Now, it's a disorder in which tissue that normally lines the uterus grows outside the uterus. And with endometriosis, the tissue can either be found on the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, or the intestines. Now, some symptoms include painful periods, pain with intercourse, pain with bowel movements or urination, excessive bleeding, and infertility. Now, there are 200,000 women a year here in the U.S. who are diagnosed with endometriosis, and that makes this condition common. Now, it's common, but a lot of folks don't know about it. Now, I personally know some women that have battled endometriosis to the point where they've had to have hysterectomies, and I also know some women that are currently battling it right now. And honestly, I can't even imagine the pain that they feel on a daily basis. And right now, there isn't a cure for it, but I have a strong feeling that there's going to be a cure for this before we know it. I mean, the way technology is now, we could practically come up with cures for just about anything. So, if you're watching this and you're a woman who's battling endometriosis, my thoughts and prayers are with y'all, and just hang on. I know that there's going to be a cure sooner or later. Now, this is an endometriosis awareness themed comic hero tee. If you would like your very own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $20. And I'm going to do things a little differently now. With episodes this month. Now, this is kind of getting off subject here, but I was gathering up some shirts along with this one, and I found out that I had 6 shirts, all according to 6 causes for the month of March. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise awareness of 6 causes on 6 episodes in 1 month. Now, on this week, there are going to be 2 episodes. There's the episode you're currently watching, and then a few days from now, I'm going to have an episode where I'm going to raise awareness of colon cancer. That's the next cause that I'm raising awareness of. And then next week, I'm going to there's only going to be 1 episode, and I'm going to raise awareness of cerebral palsy. Those are 3 of the 6 causes that I'm raising awareness of. And I'm doing this, it would be so easy to just raise awareness of 4 and leave 2 behind, but that's out of the question. I mean, because one thing about me, I'm not just the comic hero for some, I'm the comic hero for all. And if there's a cause that needs to be brought to people's attention, I'm going to do it. Best believe that. All right, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, on last week's episode, I asked, what year was Milestone Media founded? Well, the correct answer is 1993. And 4 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, names been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Evil Fiend. Now, this is someone who answered on Instagram, so congratulations, Evil Fiend. You win yourself a free comic hero tee. All right, here's the question for episode 392. Now, with this month being Women's History Month, every question this month is going to pertain to female comic book characters. And this is a She-Hulk question. Which superhero team was She-Hulk a member of when one of the founding members stayed behind on a distant planet? Now, here's some hints. The first hint is that this superhero team was Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's first collaboration together. And then the second hint, and this is a dead giveaway because I'm giving away half the answer. This superhero team has always comprised of 4 members. If you don't get that, something's wrong. All right, everyone who answers correctly will be in a drawing for a free tee on episode 392. Now keep in mind, I'm not giving away a free t-shirt on episode 391 because I'm doing that episode this week as well as the one you're watching right now. Well, so with that being said, oh, and also, there's not going to be a comic hero throwdown showdown segment until episode 391, which is the next episode. So with that being said, now it's time for Comically Speaking. So without further ado, let's talk comics! All right, there are 2 things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and here's the first. Now, it's been announced that both The Flash and Aquaman The Lost Kingdom have been pushed back to next year. Now, both movies were supposed to premiere this year, and this also comes after news of both Black Adam and the DC League of Super Pets being pushed back to next year as well. Of course, the Black Adam movie is going to star Dwayne Johnson in the lead role. And then DC's League of Super Pets is supposed to star Keanu Reeves as the voice of Batman, Kevin Hart as the voice of Titus, which is Batman's dog, and then The Rock himself, Dwayne Johnson, as the voice of Crypto. And a little disappointed by that, especially with The Flash, because the original release date for that one was supposed to have been November 4th, which was 2 days after my birthday. And I wanted to treat myself to a belated birthday present, but guess we're gonna have to wait till next year. However, it's also been announced that Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which is the sequel to the 2019 blockbuster that starred Zachary Levi in the lead role, is moving from its original 2023 release date to December 12th of this year. And I'm kind of excited about that because really loved the first movie, went out to see it when it came out 3 years ago, and let me tell you, I thought it was so good that I ended up buying a DVD and I watch it over and over again. And honestly, I can't wait for this one. I mean, kind of bummed out about Aquaman and The Flash, and then also Black Adam, but well, at least there was a silver lining with Shazam being moved up instead of back. But one thing about it though, with DC and Warner Brothers, they're almost like toddlers. They don't always know what they want to do. I mean, they come up with something and then all of a sudden they have second thoughts and said, okay, let's push it back. You know, Marvel Studios has really never done that. Not as long as I can remember. I mean, Marvel Studios has been coming out with great movies consecutively since 2008. And rarely have we ever heard of them doing something like that. We've always known for them to move up movie dates before they would ever move them back. And DC, honestly, just, you know, them and Warner Brothers just need to do better. That's the bottom line. All right, now the second thing, I recently got caught up with the current volume of X-Men. Now, this series is the result of the very first Hellfire Gala, where not only the planet, the Araco, which was an island, suddenly all the folks there ended up moving to Mars and then naming the planet Araco. And then also it was also announced the new members of the core X-Men team, which consists of Cyclops, Jean Grey, Polaris, Cinch, Rogue, and X-23, or Wolverine. Well, Laura Kinney is going by Wolverine in this one. And what their job is to stop the bad guys in New York or nearby. I mean, they weren't going. One thing about it though is that they spent so much time protecting Krakoa that it was time to go back and start protecting the rest of the world. And they ended up finding some bad guys. Now along the way, Cyclops dies, but then he's brought back to Krakoa to be brought back to life. Of course, that new mutant team, the Five, they have the power to bring back mutants. But here's the thing. All the mutants on Krakoa know that, but the rest of the world doesn't. So what they've done right after Cyclops was resurrected was he started masquerading as a brand new superhero, or should I say superhero, by the name of Captain Krakoa. And they're doing this because, well, because for some reason they're not ready to let the world know that they can resurrect mutants. Although Ben Urich, who is also that plays a recurring role in the X-Men series, already knows. But then the X-Men are pretty much making him swear to secrecy. And one thing about a reporter, it's kind of hard to make a newspaper reporter or any news media reporter swear to secrecy. So he's kind of wanting to pull the trigger in terms of letting folks know that mutants can be resurrected. But that's all I read. I most recently read the 8th issue, in which they go up against MODOK. Yeah, that MODOK. And well, it was kind of frightening. But when along the way, if I come up with anything awesome in the X-Men book, I will let y'all know it in a future Comically Speaking. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 91. Black Panther number 3. Detective Comics number 1055. Justice League number 73. What If Miles Morales number 1. Robins number 3. She-Hulk number 2. And finally, War for Earth 3 number 1. Alright, that's 8, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 11,217. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for episode 392. Which superhero team was She-Hulk a member of when one of the founding members stayed behind on a distant planet? Now here are the hints again. The first hint, this superhero team was the first ever collaboration between Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1961. And then the second hint is that, and this is a dead giveaway. If you don't get that, if you don't get this one, I honestly don't know. This superhero team has always consisted of 4 members. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on episode 392. And congratulations to Evil Fiend who won a free tea on this week's episode. Alright, now on the next episode that I'm going to do, which is in the coming days, episode 391, I'm going to raise awareness of colon cancer. Now colon cancer is one of the most common cancers among both men and women here in the world. And so if you're watching this and you're either battling colon cancer or you know someone who is battling colon cancer or you know someone who has lost their life to colon cancer, this episode is for y'all. And I just want to say this to all the women that are battling endometriosis. Just hang in there and keep fighting. I said this earlier, but we become so scientifically advanced to the point where we can come up with cures for just about any illness or any other sickness or pain-related adversity. And you can't tell me that there aren't some doctors and scientists that are working hard to come up with a cure for endometriosis. So again, just keep on fighting and hang in there. Alright, if you're watching this for the first time, welcome. And I strongly encourage you to subscribe to my channel once you're done watching. And if any of y'all have any suggestions for future episodes, please let me know. You know that I say this quite often, that this might be my show, but input never falls upon deaf ears with me. Alright, I'm Victor Nunley on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next time for episode 391. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!